38 through verses 40. But I want to stick a pin in verse 37 and read 37, 38, 39, and 40 into your hearing one more time so we can build a subject around that. And it reads, Luke 19, verse 37. Then, as he was now drawing near the descent of the mountain of Olives, the whole multitude of the disciples began to rejoice and praise God with a loud voice for all the mighty works they had seen, saying, Blessed is the King who comes in the name of the Lord. Peace in heaven and glory in the highest. And some of the Pharisees called to him from the crowd, Teacher, rebuke your disciples. But he answered and said to them, I tell you that if these should keep silent, the stones would immediately cry out. I tell you, if these keep silent, then the stones would immediately cry out. And from verse 37 through verse 40, I'd like to use subject this morning, a thin line between love and hate. A thin line between love and hate. Pray with me. Father, right now is your time, which is always your time, God, that you just allow us to borrow a little bit. So God, we want to give a portion back to you, what you have already given to us in our prayers and our praise and our thanksgiving. So come now, Father, have your way in this place. Feed us until we want no more, God. Mold us until we're shaped in the way that you have us be. So right now, in Jesus' name, move that when we all leave this place, we'll go back and tell our friends, oh, you missed it. We had a good time in church today. In Jesus' name. In Jesus' name. This is our prayer. Amen. Amen. And amen. A thin line between love and hate. Look over the person beside you. Tell them it's a thin line between love and hate. One more time on the other side. It's a thin line between love and hate. Say, neighbor, it's a thin line between love and hate. Do you love me? Oh, y'all didn't say it right. Do you love me? Oh, my. It's a thin line between love and hate. I wonder how that line get so thin. Because they say that it's a thin line between love and hate on the other side. Love and hate are extreme emotions towards someone or something. You only love or hate something or someone when there is a connection. I tell people all the time, only people that you love or hate can upset you. Is that right? I mean, I got to be honest, because if we don't love you, it doesn't matter. If we hate you, it doesn't matter. Because our connection is because we have a love and hate relationship between some folk. Now, there is a very thin line between love and hate. Love and hate are similar in being directed towards a person because of who or she is. Despite the similarities, the two seem to be like polar opposite though. Very often we love someone, we want them to thrive, When we hate someone, we most likely want them to suffer or fail in whatever they're doing. It's a thin line between love and hate. And mostly we experience that thin line between love and hate in your very own household or at your very own family reunion. Because in your household, you have learned to love the people that you're with, but you hate them on the other hand. Can I get a witness? Ain't nobody saying anything, but y'all know what I'm talking about. My wife loves me to death, but on the other hand, she hates some of the things that I do. So there's a very thin line between love and hate. Now, I love my children to death. I love them to life. That means I would give my life for one of my children because I think that they need an opportunity to lead it. I love them, but I also, on the other hand, hate what they do. You know, sometimes I love them so much, and then on other times I hate them so bad that where I don't even want to look at them anymore. Now I know that y'all say that ain't church, but sometimes your children can get on your nerves so bad, and you can tell them to get out of my face. I know ain't none of y'all ever done that because y'all good parents and y'all been through all the classes or whatever, but every now and then my children get on my nerves so bad that I just tell them, get out of my face. I don't want to talk to you, I don't want to see you. And guess what? If I could, I would tell some of the adults the same thing, but 9 times out of 10, if you tell an adult to get out your face, they're going to get up in your face to try to figure out what your situation is and what your problem is with them. Because it is a thin line between love and hate. It almost like somebody can love you on Monday, turn around Tuesday afternoon, and they hate you for no good reason at all. It's because of somebody said something, it's because of something that you've done. And ain't that amazing? When you do all these good things in your life, you do all these good things around the church, around your home, on your job, and you expecting, because folk are lying to me, I don't want no praise, I don't want nobody to pat me on my back. That's a lie. That is a lie. When you do good things, you want a pat on your back. When you do good work, you want somebody to be proud of you. When you do some stuff that nobody else did, you want somebody to give you a pat on your back. You want to be cheered for. You want to be saluted. Folk will tell you in a minute, well, I don't want no praise. But don't let nobody say anything to them. They get real upset because nobody praised me for what I did. Nobody praised me because I was the first one there. Nobody praised me for being last. Nobody praised me for showing up when nobody else did. And normally, that creates a thin line between love and hate. Because what happens is, on Monday you love me, but I didn't show up to help you out on Thursday, so guess what? You hate me. Then next week it's Easter, you love me again. Then the week after that, you hate me. It's a thin line between love and hate. And most of the time, the relationship that you have with somebody can be shown in your actions. Because 9 times out of 10, when you love somebody, you can show them in a cheerful way. You can be glad for them. You can pat them on the back. You can give them their accolades. You can be with them through their good and their bad. But when you hate somebody, you don't care what happened to them. Matter of fact, if they step out there and get hit by a bus, you were saying, I knew it was coming, I just didn't say nothing. Now, I'm just talking about love and hate. You know, we always want to talk about the good stuff, but guess what? On the other side of good, there is some bad stuff. And we find ourselves in love and hate relationships. Trust me, y'all, this gonna throw you off. The church is divided in love and hate relationships. I want to say the lovers and the haters sometimes, they're separated in the church by the church doors and stuff. And y'all ain't gonna say that because y'all don't like this, but I'm talking real talk in here. I'm talking there's a love and hate relationship in the pews. There's a love and hate relationship in the choir box, even though nobody's back there. There's a love and hate relationship in the pulpit. There's a love and hate relationship on boards, in clubs. Y'all ain't got to say that, I know what I'm talking about. But can you be in love and hate somebody at the same time? Oh, y'all ain't saying I'm glad you asked. Let me tell you. There's a possibility. But the battle will be so strong that it would always leave you confused. Because either you're going to love me or you're going to hate me. You know, you can't love me in my face and hate me behind my back. I ain't talking to nobody in here. You know, I always say that there's so many hugs given out at church, but you don't dare hug nobody the rest of the week. You know, go to your job one day and say, you know what? Well, no, take that back. You can't hug for me. Ask for a handshake. Because if you hug, you might, oh yeah, give him a little, just walking down there, hey, how you doing? Good to see you. How you feeling? Good to see you. Good to see you, sister. Give them that. That's a love situation. But you know, you can't go in there, bro, you want to, you can't do that. Because you're creating right there a love-hate relationship. You got to decide whether you're going to come in this church and be cheerful or not. You got to decide whether you're going to come in here and love me this Sunday or hate me next Sunday. You got to make up in your mind which one you want to do because it's going to confuse you. It's almost like in your car. And I joke with the kids. Now, in the front, I got the heat on. In the back, they got the air on. So it's eventually going to snow in the car. Because they got heat in the front, I got cold in the back. Or either way, there's something going to mess up. Those two cannot mix together. So as of us, we cannot have a love and hate relationship. Either you're going to hate somebody or you're going to like them. I mean, it's hard to say I hate you. But I tell you, there's some folk you don't like. I mean, you ain't got to look, they ain't in here probably. Okay. It's some folk that you don't like. And just say, for instance, you heard that they won the lottery. You heard they won the lottery. But you know you don't like them. Yeah. You don't like them that much. Matter of fact, you ain't like them, you never did. But they decide to come to church one Sunday. And your pew is open. Your pew is wide open. And you know you don't like that person. You know ain't nobody sitting on your row because they don't like you and you don't like them. But all of a sudden, that person rolls up in here with their $10 million. Then all of a sudden you slide over a little bit. Slide over a little bit. Because you trying to create a love and hate relationship, hoping that that person will decide to start being on your side when all along you knew that y'all didn't have no good relationship. Now, as we look in the text, because I've been talking outside of the text, but the text is like this. This was Jesus' first chance to be celebrated. Now, Jesus really didn't want to be celebrated, but then, on the other hand, the human side of him really wanted to be celebrated because he had been going through all of this. He had been healing people. He had been doing all of this. People were against him. People were trying to kill him. So this one very time, he had decided that, you know what, this is my day. I'm going to celebrate myself. And some of us got to decide just like that. You know what, this is my day. I'm going to celebrate Anthony Davis. I don't care what y'all say. I don't care what they do. I'm going to celebrate me. And this is what Jesus was doing. As he decided to come in as humble as he knew how. He could have came in on a horse, but a horse means war. A donkey is a sign of peace. So he grabbed the humblest animal he could, and they set him up on it. Now, for the first time, like he said, I'm going to celebrate myself. Y'all going to see this Negro come in, and I'm going to be up on a donkey where everybody can see me. I don't know about y'all, but every now and then, you got to get that same type of spirit in your mind and your heart. You know what? Y'all going to see me when I roll up this time. Y'all going to see how I come up in this place. Y'all going to see what I got on. Y'all going to see what I'm driving, because I want y'all to know this time y'all going to celebrate me because you've been talking about me. You've been breaking me down, but guess what? This time, here I am. Have your way. Talk about me if you want to. Well, Jesus decided it was time for that triumphant entry into Jerusalem. Some were happy. Some were excited.
because of Jesus and who he was. Same thing about you. Some people happy for you. Some people excited for you. But some people can't stand your good. You walk around thinking everybody like you. Everybody don't like you. Matter of fact, I promise you, there's more people hate you than like you. I know. I try to list my haters and I try to list my likers. And guess what? My haters went all up and down 3 or 4 pages. I had 2 lines with likers on it. Then I had to go back and check and make sure it was right. Because most of the people who celebrate you don't like you.
That's right.
They just celebrate to be in the crowd. Just as we seen in the text, there were people on both sides, on the right and the left side. There were people who had took their branches and their clothes to lay them down on the road to simplify that they liked Jesus. But then guess what those haters were doing? Sitting back with their hands folded, like church folk do sometimes. Sit back, I wish he'd hurry up and finish. Sorry, you come here. Why you came? If you ain't gonna celebrate it with us, you should have stayed at the house.
That's right.
But anyway, just like that, Jesus had folk on the left and on the right side. And guess what? They were screaming out, Hosanna. Meaning, son of David, we love you. But then there were haters saying, boo! Boo for Jesus! And trust me, we got some haters, not in this church, but in church. You know, they be saying, boo for Jesus, boo, boo for the preacher, boo for the trustee, boo for everything, and praise me. But Jesus was not willing to let anything go to his head.
Yes.
He understood what was about to happen. See, the thing about us, when we're criticized, we usually can get over it. You know, that old saying, words never hurt us. You know, but that's not true. Many folk have lost their lives due to words.
Yeah.
Many folk have cried due to words. But Jesus had decided words are not going to hurt you.
Amen.
I'm coming in so you can celebrate with me. Either you're going to be a hater or you're going to be a congratulator. See, there's a thin line between love and hate, and I need to know what side are you on. Because Jesus could have not came in the way he did. He could have showed up the way he usually show up, but this time he needed to know where your heart was. Jesus, like us, sometimes you're going to get cheated. Sometimes you're going to get hated on. You know, every week I get up here and don't know who brought tomatoes or not. I think folks have gotten more dignified than throwing tomatoes. But I'm watching your hand. I'm watching your bag. I better not see no tomatoes you dropping out there. But Jesus was coming in to deal with whatever happened. And we got to get like that. You got to get in your mind, whatever happened to me, whatever they say about me, it's not going to bother me. I'm coming in anyway. Whatever they say about me, whatever they don't like about me, me and my dog is coming in anyway. You can either ride beside me, behind me, but guess what? I'm riding. You're not going to stop me. And when I get in, I'm going to sit on it high. Decided that is a thin line between love and hate. And guess what? If you don't like me, that's your problem. If you like me, then congratulate me and celebrate with me. Matter of fact, give me a hand clap of praise even right now. I'm closing. Folk who hate you could very well love you. Do you know that? Your main hater could very well be your main congratulator. And the thing that keeps them from really congratulating you is they're jealous. They're jealous of what you got. They're jealous of your style. They're jealous of everything about you. That's why folk really hate on you. Folk hate on you for no reason. Folk hate on you just when they see get to that place where we understand there's a thin line between love and hate. Because some of us get so upset when folk hate on us. But watch this. Watch what Jesus said when the Pharisees called from the crowd and told him to rebuke the disciples. Because the disciples, most of them, were happy to be with Jesus. They were happy that he was coming in the way he was because they were celebrating the coming of a Savior, a Messiah. But the Pharisees, now I gotta let you know who the Pharisees is. The Pharisees are people who made the church rules, but they didn't never go by it. They wanted you to observe the rules, but they did what they wanted to do. So when Jesus came in, the Pharisees told Jesus to tell your people to be quiet. Tell your people be quiet because they're stirring up some mess. Ain't that how it is? When you have things going your way, when things are heading in a good direction in your life, ain't it like a hater to call and try to bust your mouth? Ain't it like a hater to call and try to figure out why you so joyful, why you so cheerful? Ain't it like somebody to come and try to get in the way of what's about to take place in your life? Can you not celebrate and somebody not be mad? No, because if you are about to go into something great, somebody standing on the sideline saying you don't deserve it, you shouldn't have it, you shouldn't be in that position. But I can bet you, if Jesus said it was yours, all you got to do is look back at him and say, how you like me now? How you like me now? So as Jesus began to come in riding on his donkey, I can feel that he was saying to himself, some of these people in here don't like me, but that's all right. Some of these people in here don't want to see me strive, but that's all right. I'm coming in anyway. And when I come in, you can either celebrate with me or you can stand to the side. But when I'm coming in this time, we don't celebrate because the Lord is in his temple and he's about to do some good things. So I don't know who I'm talking to in this place. But Jesus responds for all those with their hands folded. And they don't have any response to the preaching. Jesus had something to say to them. Jesus said that I tell you that if you should keep silent, if you should keep silent, then somewhere I read and Jesus said that the rocks will begin to cry out for you. So I don't know who I'm talking to in this building, but I don't need no rocks crying out for me. Because there's something on the inside that makes me love God the way that I do. So I can call his name and let him know that I love him. I don't care what I'm doing through. I don't care if you talk about me. I don't care what something about you put in my way. Because Jesus said I could come in, ride on my donkey. I can be lonely, but yet still God is still blessing me. Is anybody in here that's having a thin line relationship? But I promise you, if you in love with God, that's the only thing that matters. So right now, if you love God, would you say yeah? I love you, Lord. I love to tell your neighbor, do you want to ride with me? Do you want to ride with me? Let's go in on our door. Any riders in the house? Any riders in the building? Anybody get this in my head? I ain't got to say right now. Would you just get up your donkey and ride with me? Any riders in here? Would you just get up your donkey and ride with me? This time, you might hate me, but that's all right. You might talk about me, but that's okay. I'm coming in anyway. Do I have any riders in the building? If you ride your donkey with me, let's ride on out of here. He's worth cheering for. I don't know about you, but I got a big old praise because he woke me up this morning. I got a big old praise because he started me on my way. I got a big old praise that birthday poured up in front of my house. I got a big old praise because I'm still holding on. I got a big old praise because he wouldn't take me out. I got a big old praise because I'm still here. I got a big old praise because he did so much to me. I got a big old praise because I'm still in the land of the living. I got a big old praise because he woke me up and started me on a glorious road. Stand to your feet. Let's go need to get relaxed. time the Lord do work. We understand that this work ain't gonna be easy. Just because you're in church, it's the place where you find most of your haters at. Because folk come to church with a hating attitude, and then they find somebody else to hate on. But I tell you right now, you tell your haters, bye-bye. Because this was the one time that Jesus came in. He didn't care about his haters. All he cared about was fulfilling his assignment from God. And I don't know who I'm talking to in this church, but somebody in this church has been ignoring their assignment from God. God has given somebody in this church an assignment, and you keep walking away from it because people are hating on you. But let me tell you that you're going to have haters even when they roll you down this aisle. Somebody's going to be looking at hating on what you got on in your past. They're going to be hating at your wig. So you will have haters from now until judgment day. But somebody in here right now, they want protection from the Lord. They want to give their souls to God because they've been running. They know they're not covered. And being covered don't mean perfect. But being covered means when I mess up, God is able to get me through and see me to another day. I'm not talking to perfect people in this room ever. Nobody in this room should be standing on perfect ground. Everybody in here is standing in the need of something. As we open these doors, the first call is for salvation, the most important call. If you're not living in the arms of safety of God, then you don't know what might happen if something happens to you. But if you're living in the safety of God, you can best believe that He will see you through all your trials and tribulations. Somebody in here want to give it up. It just means that, listen, I've given my life to Christ and said He can have it. Second call is for membership of this great church. As we beautify this church, we want to make sure our hearts and minds are beautified just along with the church. And that third call is for prayer. If anybody wants to explore that thin line between love and hate, you'll live a little bit better when you realize that it ain't you, it's them. The first call is salvation. Second call is for membership. Third call is for prayer. Let me walk this day. Jesus, as His Savior, His word, let me see it. He praised. His word. He's worthy. He's worthy. He's worthy. He's worthy. He's worthy. He's worthy. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Jesus. Come on, give God a hand. This time we have no closed service out without asking our stewards and ushers to come and receive our tithes and offerings. I ain't gonna ride out on the donkey without it today. But this time my stewards will come and receive our offerings.